Can you really change your reality just by changing your thoughts? Today we're uncovering game-changing secrets of visualization that have athletes winning gold medals, founders creating billions just through the use of their imagination. This isn't some airy-fairy, goo-goo-gaga. This has been proven too many times for you to keep ignoring. So only keep watching if you're ready to make the intangible tangible. And make sure you stick around to the very end where I'm announcing another exciting giveaway where one of my amazing clients has paid it forward to the next winner of a 4-week package, one of my final 4-week packages. So I'm so excited to be able to announce at the end, and thank you so much to my amazing client and all of you amazing people. I feel so blessed. So let's get into it. So when I first began visualizing, I'll be honest with you guys, I couldn't see shit. Like, I'll just be real. I was closing my eyes and seeing a blank canvas. Black, I didn't feel anything, definitely didn't feel anything. I couldn't see anything. And I couldn't understand how me imagining me being on a super yacht would actually materialize into my life, right? And so what I started to do was, it was super boring, I'm not gonna lie, but there's a video on YouTube and it's where they essentially show you an apple and then they give you 10 seconds, close your eyes and see the apple in your mind. You see a chair and then you close your eyes and all of that stuff. Super boring, I'm not gonna bore you with it, but you can find it on YouTube. But once I understood, okay, I can visualize, I'm just stopping myself, then I was able to get really clear about what it is that I want and actually start creating the life of my dreams. This is the reason why it's so important to be very clear about what it is that you want, because vague and ambiguous desires create vague and ambiguous results. And so this is really why the ladder technique from Neville Goddard works so well, because everybody can see a ladder. Everybody can imagine placing their hand on one side of the ladder, placing their hand on the other side, putting their feet up to the next step, putting their feet up to the next. It's very clear, it's very descriptive. You cannot go wrong with that. And looping it over and over and over again. So we are going to talk about how you can actually do that to create a scene that you can loop hundreds of times per day until it is literally imprinted into your subconscious, where you don't know the difference between real or imagined. And so once it's imprinted into our mind through repetition, through constantly going within and constantly closing the door to our senses, the door to our senses must be tightly shut, your brain then goes about making sure that happens for you. And so that means that when it does come into your reality, A, you can handle it better, but B, our brain is a problem-solving mechanism. So it wants to know, okay, why don't I have it right now in my reality? When you open your eyes and it's not there, it needs to get to work. It needs to find ways to make it happen. And so this is how you do it. So I would say the most important step is understanding how to relax. That's step one. The more that you relax, the more that you receive. And so just take a deep breath in with me right now. And if any of you went like this, with your shoulders, you are constantly in fight or flight mode because you are activating your stress hormones by breathing into your chest, right? So when you are breathing, you want to be breathing directly into your diaphragm and continuing to exhale for long periods of time, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, 10 seconds, to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And the more that you do that, the more that you relax. This is imperative, because if you are trying to create a scene from desperation or urgency or anxiety, that is going to translate in the scene. We're going to open your eyes and be like, well, where is it? Scanning everywhere, opening your eyes and opening your ears. And you're going to interfere with the middle, as opposed to the more that you relax, again, the more that you receive. So just learning to breathe deeply into your diaphragm and exhaling for 6 seconds, then breathing again, exhaling for 8 seconds, etc., etc. Before you go into that scene, into that familiar scene. The second step is getting very clear about what it is that you want. And so to really begin being specific on what it is that you want, just comment down below now. I expect the best and I receive the best now, and really start to think about what it is that you are creating. So the way that you do this is, instead of having, like, for example, people come to me, they're like, okay, I want this car, I want this house, I want this Gucci handbag, I want these shoes, I want this list of 25 things, right? It's like, okay, if you're making $1 million a month, you can get all this stuff. So cut all this out, all this noise, because that's what it is, and focus on that. What does it feel like to make that amount of money? What does it look like? What will you be doing? What will you be wearing? Where will you be? What is a scene that implies that that is already done? And so instead of having a list of 150 different things, you end up just having a list of one thing. And even more, as you evolve even more, that list becomes even shorter because you recognize it's all within you. You don't really need anything. But whatever, that's a bit too esoteric. But the point is that instead of being confused, like, oh, but I want this and this and this, it's like, okay, but like, let's say you're manifesting a brand new USP, right? What does that look like? Are you spending the weekend in the Hamptons, or are you traveling together, or did he just propose to you, right? Go to the end and familiarize yourself with what it feels like to become a fiance, to become a wife, to become a mother, right? If you're manifesting, for example, a new job, instead of manifesting the interview process and, the people really liking you, even though that's amazing, instead of visualizing those people really liking you and that interview going really well, visualize yourself calling your best friend, saying, I got the job, I start on Monday, and looping it over and over and over again, and them like on the phone, so proud of you, you did it, this is amazing. And even if you want to go even further to the end, fast forward to your first paycheck, how are you spending it? How are you celebrating? What are you doing? Where are you going? Fast forward all the way to the end. Instead of confusing yourself with 50 different things, you're very clear on what it is that you want. And then you can create a very short scene. And we're going to do it now. So just close your eyes, go into your kitchen, and imagine the kettle has just been boiled and you just hear the kettle flick up and see yourself having your favorite cup out. There's a tea bag in, and see yourself reaching out for the kettle and pouring the hot water into your favorite mug. And maybe that water goes green because it's green tea, or it's black because it's black tea, whatever it is. See yourself going into the fridge, taking out your favorite milk, pouring it in, whatever it is. You have just visualized. And now we can create a scene from that. So go back to the beginning of that scene, hear the kettle pop up, see yourself pouring the kettle. You hear someone at the door. You think, I'm not expecting anyone. Who is that? So you finish stirring your tea. You hear yourself tap the spoon on the side of the cup, and then you walk from your kitchen to your door. You do this every day. It's so easy. Then you place your hand on the door handle and you pull the door towards you, and there is stood this new perfect woman, or this SP, or this manifestation that you've been waiting for, or the keys to your new car, the keys to your new dream home. There it is stood. And you're so excited. It's happened. It's here. It's in your reality. You're smiling from ear to ear. There he is stood. There she is stood. There your best friend is that you haven't seen in 6 years. They're stood at your front door. And they pick you up and embrace you, and you have the biggest hug. Go back again to the beginning of that scene, moving from your kitchen to your front door. Now, I've just verbally explained all this, so it's a very long scene, but actually, this is a 10-second scene, 5 to 10 seconds, easy. That's it. Go back again and again and again. And gradually in 10 minutes, you've looped this scene hundreds of times. And it is so imprinted into your subconscious. The first time you did it, you probably didn't believe it. The 10th time, you now don't know the difference. And to be honest, you don't want to know the difference because you believe in this visualization more than you believe in your 3D. It's more exciting in there than it is out here. And I know that so many people speak about feeling, but I know that I couldn't have even ever fathomed the feeling that I was going to feel in, for example, the Joe Dispenza meditations or my self-love meditations, or, any other meditations where I felt immense feeling and emotion. I could never have created that, I don't think. It came very natural from the scene that I was creating in my mind because I was very clear on the scene. And so it's just a byproduct of the visualization. And so instead of trying to cultivate that emotion, focus primarily on, the battery is going on this. Focus primarily on creating that perfect looped scene. So it's very clear, it's very concise, it's very easy to just loop over and over and over again. Remember, your brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So even if the gremlin is like, you're not on a yacht in the Maldives, you can just loop it again and again and again and again and shut the gremlin up. And gradually it'll be like, oh, we are on a yacht in the Maldives. And you wake up and you feel like you're there. You feel like you've already been there. It feels so natural and normal to you because that's what you've just experienced in your brain. And now your brain goes out to create that exact circumstance. That's what it does. That's how blessed we are. And so from this visualization over and over and over again, you feel compelled and inspired to take action. Maybe not that day, maybe not the next day, maybe not the next week, but you will. You do this every day. You're going to feel inspired to call someone, to follow someone on Instagram, to meet someone for a coffee somewhere, and you bump into someone. Something happens that compels you to take action never taken before, that takes you down the road to lead you to your manifestation. I don't make the rules, okay? So in the middle, in the interim, also, don't just do this visualization once, like actually commit to doing something every day and looping it over and over again. In the middle, don't involve yourself. Whatever's happening in the middle, whatever your 3D is reflecting back to you, none of your business. It's irrelevant. It's old news. Don't want to hear it. You just continue focusing on the end. Continue focusing on that scene because that's what it's creating. That's what it's bringing forward. And now we are moving on to the winner of the package. I am so excited to be working with you. So if you are looking for a chance to win, just comment down below. I think something similar to what we did last time. Tell me a time that you overcame the 3D and continued persisting despite what your 3D was reflecting back to you, and how you were able to overcome it. What kind of techniques and tools did you use? And I'm really looking forward to working with you. I will be announcing the winner on Monday, so make sure you comment down below for a chance to win. Thank you guys so much. I trust this video helped you manifest. You are worthy, you are loved. I love you, and thank you.